How's it going, everybody? My name is Warner Fields with Fields of Profit. I'm a six-figure Amazon seller and full-time student, and in today's video I'm going to be diving into Keepa graphs, how you can read Keepa graphs to determine how fast your book or your RA product is going to sell, that kind of stuff. It's going to be a really important skill for you to learn. It definitely has a pretty good learning curve on it, so I'm just going to dive into a couple examples and show you just some general pointers for how to read Keepa graphs so that you can make a better informed buying decisions. This is definitely probably I'd say the hardest part to learn when you're first starting out. So I'm just gonna try to make it a little simpler, find some pointers for you guys. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Before we do that, I just want to say that only about 25% of the people who watch the videos are actually subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click the button down below. It's free, helps me out a ton, and you can always unsubscribe. Thanks, guys. So this first product here I found, I just pulled from a tactical arbitrage scan, just looking for some product leads. And this is going to be a pretty common thing you're going to find on Keepa graphs when you're looking for product leads, especially with OA, is you're going to see this Keepa chart just like this. So for the beginners here, the orange is the Amazon price. I'll get rid of everything else. This is just tracking Amazon's price over time. And then you can add the new price. This is going to also track FBA sellers, sellers outside of Amazon. There's also sales rank. This is a paid feature. It's $15 a month. You should have the paid feature if you're taking yourself seriously at all as an Amazon seller. This is going to help you track how fast the item is selling depending on the price. So looking at this basic example, it looks like this sales pattern holds pretty steady whenever Amazon is in stock, and then they started to go out of stock, so they raised the price. The sales rank goes up, which makes sense. Simple supply and demand there. Goes out of stock for a little while, and then it's sold a little bit up here at this 48.50. You can see it selling there because the green line is dropping, and when the green line is dropping, that means sales are happening. And it's that 48.50, so that means that consumers are willing to pay that price, but they're not paying that price because Amazon is only charging them 30. So then it looks like recently it's gone out of stock again by Amazon. So it looks like Amazon might be having some stocking problems. If you're able to find this cheap, it could be a risky flip. I typically stay away from these. I like to stick with consistent patterns of Amazon going out of stock. So for me, this isn't consistent enough that Amazon is going to be going out of stock enough for me to sell any significant amount. I don't want to get stuck with these, right? But it does look like it is selling at this price, at this $49-ish price point right here. So looking back at this scan over here, just out of curiosity, also, if you have never used tactical arbitrage and you're interested in checking it out, there's going to be a video up above you can check out. It's like a simple little training on how you can use tactical arbitrage. I've been using it quite a bit recently to do some online arbitrage flips, and it's going pretty well for me. So if you want to check that out, if you're unfamiliar with it, you might learn a thing or two. So we're just going to go and see that it's sourcing it from Vitacost here. Looks like it's got $35 as the price, but we're getting a 20% off coupon plus tax, so it's going to be about $31, $32 all said and done. So if we can actually sell it for that $49 price point right here, if we're paying $31 for it, so that would be about a $7 profit here, 15% margin. That's a pretty good margin, especially on a product that sells this fast. The only thing is that this Amazon is likely to come back into stock, and they might come back into stock for this long again, and then you're just going to be left holding quite a bit of these. Another thing you can learn from looking at this specific Keepa graph is this bottom chart right here. This bottom one tracks how many new sellers there are on this listing. So right now it looks like over time it's been about 2 to 4 pretty consistently. It's been Amazon has been controlling it, so it makes sense that no one else would really hop onto it. But now that they've gone out of stock twice, it looks like some people are taking that risk, and it's gone up to 9 offers. So when the offer count goes up, it's likely that the price is going to start dropping, just because those sellers are going to get into price wars. It's that goes back to supply and demand again. If more people have this product, then they're going to be willing to kind of knock that price down to get more of those customers that are coming on here. So that might also eat into your margin. So that's also something to think about on top of the fact that Amazon is going to be likely to come back into stock on this listing, is that the number of new sellers is increasing, which means that it's probably going to cut into those margins at some point. So I went ahead and pulled up another example of a product from a tactical arbitrage scan. This is a more consistent sales price example. This is the type of stuff that I look for with my personal online arbitrage flips. I always prefer to go for those lower margins for the guaranteed return. on your investment. I guess nothing is guaranteed, but when you look back at this Keepa chart and see that the price has been in this area for an actual year, it's not likely that the price is going to tank on you and you're going to lose any significant amount of your investment, especially not actually lose money. Maybe you'll break even on it, but at the end of the day, you won't lose anything because this price has been so consistent for so long. It looks like the number of sellers has been pretty steady. So if you're able to find maybe a good coupon code or something on this product, it could be worth checking out. So Tactical Arbitrage picked it up from Ulta right here with a buy one get one 40% off coupon, plus some cash back. So that's going to make it 20% off per unit if it's buy one get one 40. So it was 6 times, it's going to be right there, it's going to be 480 per unit times 3, give or take sales tax plus some cash back. We can just leave it right there, maybe round it up to 15 just to be extra safe. So obviously this isn't going to be profitable, but it's getting close. Maybe if you're able to find a really good coupon code eventually, this could be something worth checking out. But at the end of the day, the example we're just looking at it for the Keepa graph here. This consistent new price being right here is something I like to look for, and I also will use this new FBA box right here. So it looks like each one of these cones, these little triangles, is what it was selling for new FBA. So sometimes this blue line is going to be lower than the FBA price because the blue line just tracks new prices. So a lot of times that blue line will be actually just be tracking FBM. So if you're selling FBA, you can command a higher price because you're getting those faster shipping times, right? So it looks like for a little while it was at that $25 price point. So if you could get these sold at 25, that would probably be fairly profitable, but it looks like right now it's not, so maybe you could keep your eyes on it. Yeah, so with that coupon code, it's an okay product. You're making about $3 a unit, plus you'd have to bundle it into a 3-pack. So not a great product here, but the example for the Keepa chart still stands. We're just checking out these little boxes right here. You always want to check the FBA boxes right here. It's just this little tab right here, because sometimes the price FBA is going to differ from this blue line here. So for the booksellers out there, I also wanted to go ahead and cover just a quick example or two on how you can read these charts for textbooks, especially because if you learn how to read these textbook Keepa charts, it's going to help you maximize those profits. So you can see right here, this is a textbook pattern because it's dropping pretty significantly and maybe only significantly during September, August, and then January, February, which is when the semesters are starting. So during these times, the students are buying them up, that kind of stuff. So usually on textbooks, you'll see a little bit of a sales, a little bit of a used price increase, which is this black line here. So this black line is the merchant fulfilled price. So if you're selling FBA, you'll be able to command a price a little higher than this. But if the black line is not rising significantly, then you're not going to be able to charge a crazy premium, because that means that these, in the past, the students have been willing to wait it out because there hasn't been enough premium buyers. So those buyers that are willing to pay more money for the faster shipping, there hasn't been enough of those buyers for the price to go up. So in this case, it looks like we're dealing with about 25 plus shipping, so it's probably $30 here. And then this recent semester, it was from about 25 to 20-ish. So whatever you're buying this book for, I bought this book for $10 using a software called Flipmine. And then I actually sold it today for $30. It was right here. It was at this price of $32. So I sold it for $32 and bought it for $10. So that was a nice little $10 profit, just doubled the money there on that pretty easily. But the way I knew that it was going to net me money back, and that I wasn't going to lose this money, is that it gets this consistent pattern here of sales during textbook season. So I always try to look for books that have a little bit of a strong pattern. This is on the weaker side for me, especially because I would rather have that guaranteed money with less return rather than just taking a gamble on a whole bunch of stuff. So in this case, it paid off, and looking at this Keepa chart definitely helped to figure out what price to sell it for, because knowing that the price did not increase during textbook season meant that I was okay with selling it for $30 during off season. So here's last example here of a book that sells much quicker during textbook season. You can see these big drop-offs during January and August, and then there's even a little bit of a summer school drop here in May. So what you can know when you see these big massive drops like this is that even though the black line isn't moving, so that merchant price is holding steady, the FBA prices are going to be moving. because there's going to be a lot of students buying this book, and with more students comes more students who want it quickly, so that they can have it for class. So that means that this FBA price for new, or the used FBA price, is going to be way higher during this time than it will be in these off seasons, because there's going to be just a shortage of those fast delivered books during textbook season. So the FBM price is about $100 here, but with this sales velocity, and you'll learn how to eyeball what the things will actually sell for. With this kind of sales velocity, I'd estimate that this book is going to sell for 120 to 140, anywhere in there, probably on the higher range of that. So when you're doing your profit calculations for however much you would pay for this, maybe you're buying it from a student or that kind of thing, you can just keep that in mind, that this book is probably going to sell for not just that $100 merchant price, but a boosted 130 FBA price. So let's say it sells for 130, right there in the middle of that range that I had kind of specified. So that's going to net you $102. So that could kind of inform whatever buying decision you're going to make on this one. So I hope you found this video useful. Again, learning Keepa is definitely a challenging skill, especially for those used books and that kind of stuff. But it's a very, very important one. Make sure you have that sales rank chart. Make sure you're paying for Keepa. I don't have a Keepa affiliate. I'm just looking out for your best interest there. You need Keepa. You will lose money without it. If you want to go ahead and check out the description below, there's going to be the link to my Facebook group. I've also got a website with some free resources for you online arbitrage sellers and that kind of thing. But yeah, if you found any value in this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Helps me out with the algorithm. But that's going to do it for this video. Thanks, guys.